Continue to fight MMA guys and YouTubers. He's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
If Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing.
According to insider reports, Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated boxing legend, paid a surprise visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp in Los Angeles. The Filipino icon is currently preparing for his highly anticipated comeback fight against Mario Barrios. This unexpected encounter between two of boxing's most Floyd Mayweather's visit to Pacquiao's camp is more than a casual gesture. It symbolizes the complex relationship between two of the greatest fighters of their era. Their rivalry culminated in the legendary fight of the century in 2015. A bout that lived up to the hype and left a lasting imprint on boxing history. Since then, Mayweather has transitioned into a successful promoter, an occasional exhibition fighter, while Pacquiao is focused on his political and humanitarian work. Yet their shared history and respect have always lingered beneath the surface.
You fought against Manny Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10, Tim being the hardest puncher, what would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings, it stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. He didn't do anything to me, so I didn't really feel his punch. He punched the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather.
What about speed?
Speed? It's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao is. He'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same. What I have to do with Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao's boxing career is truly extraordinary. Over his journey, he has captured 12 major world titles in the Lionel Championship in 4 distinct weight classes: flyweight, featherweight, super featherweight, and super lightweight. Remarkably, he remains the only fighter in history to win world titles across 4 separate decades. From the 1990s into the 2020s, his fights have drawn massive audiences.
Any version of Mayweather would have always beaten Pacquiao, in my opinion. I think Mayweather would have always done what's necessary for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had a greater career, but I think Mayweather is a better fighter. And I think Mayweather had the right things for somebody like Pacquiao. I mean, he had the right one-punch speed. He had the right IQ. He was bigger than Manny with longer arms. He had great feet. It's just a kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought so.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to say he's right and I'm not going to say he's wrong. But it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said it's a time and a place for
Manny Pacquiao's boxing career is truly extraordinary. Over his journey, he has captured 12 major world titles in the Lionel Championship in 4 distinct weight classes: flyweight, featherweight, super featherweight, and super lightweight. Remarkably, he remains the only fighter in history to win world titles across 4 separate decades. From the 1990s into the 2020s, his fights have drawn massive audiences, generating over $1.22 billion in revenue from 25 pay-per-view events. reflecting his massive appeal.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished second and third respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
In September 2021, Pacquiao announced his retirement from boxing to focus on his political career. He ran for the presidency of the Philippines in the 2022 elections, but was unsuccessful. Despite the setback, he remained active, serving as a senator and engaging in multiple philanthropic.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Marcus.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm a miss.
However, Pacquiao has now officially announced his return to the ring at age 46, nearly 4 years after retiring. He is set to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios on July 19th.
Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is a done deal. Fight will either happen July 19th or July 26th in Las Vegas or San Antonio. And it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be free on Amazon Prime. Whew. We blast Jake Paul for these types of fights. And yet a current world champion and Mario Barrios is going to go after Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I get it. You get to share the ring with the legend of Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest to all ever do it. But he's been retired now. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao did not look good in his previous exhibition he did last year either. Mario Barrios should easily run laps around Manny Pacquiao, destroy him. Why are we wasting time with this type of fight? It makes absolutely no sense to me. Listen, 147, welterweight. Me and Talani just got done talking about this in our interview. 147 is a historically great boxing division. And there is great talent in the division right now. But the problem is that guys don't want to fight each other. We don't want unifications. We don't want undisputed. And we're getting fights like Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Why? This fight makes absolutely no sense. If this is even somewhat competitive, that is embarrassing on Mario Barrios' part. Why are we wasting time with this fight? Listen, Brian Norman Jr. should be fighting Boots Ennis, but he chose a decent alternative. Fighting Sasaki in Japan is fine. That's still two debatably top 5 fighters in the welterweight division fighting each other. I'm A-okay with that decision. Boots Ennis finally stepped up and he did the unification fight against Danny Onis. Great. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he? I get he still loves the sport, but listen, you are an all-time great, a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things? If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. And why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this?
George Kambosos Jr., who once trained with Pacquiao, often credits those sessions for shaping his development. He learned more than just technique. He absorbed mindset, discipline, and the ability to push past limits, according to Kambosos. Pacquiao taught him that boxing is as much a mental game as it is physical. Watching Pacquiao train helped him blend speed, intelligence, and preparation into a complete fighting strategy.
trained with Manny Pacquiao had to be a huge asset for you, because even though Bay was probably your biggest name opponent up until then, you'd been. How many rounds had you done with Manny?
250 rounds over 3 world title campaigns.
So it started with the Jeff Horn fight?
It did, yeah. When Jeff got, obviously, the fight with Manny Pacquiao, I was in Los Angeles, and I was sparring his ex-sparring partners, Jose Ramirez and Ray Beltran. I was doing 5-5, and these guys are good fighters, former world champions. And Freddie come over and goes, Manny's got the Jeff Horn fight. So yeah, I'm hearing about it. He goes, well, you're sparring his sparring partners. How would you like to go against your countrymen and help Manny prepare?
Mario Barrios, a 29-year-old American boxer from San Antonio, Texas, currently holds the WBC welterweight title. He earned the belt after a dominant performance over Yordenis Ugas in September 2023, scoring 2 knockdowns and winning via unanimous decision with scores of 118-107 and 117-108. This win marked a career-defining moment, establishing Barrios.
I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. No, easily.
When did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit. No, yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar other females a lot of times.
Unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was, like, overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And, so, yeah, most of the time, the smart partners, they were dudes. But, I couldn't really even, like spar with her serious until I was, like, 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Despite the age gap, Mario Barrios is not underestimating Manny Pacquiao. He is approaching the fight as if he's facing Pacquiao in his prime. His focus and intensity reflect a fighter who views this bout as a defining moment. Barrios' coach has confirmed that they are treating this like a serious title defense. While there's admiration for Pacquiao's legacy, there's also a burning desire to defeat him. For Barrios, this is not just another win, it's an opportunity to make history. By beating a
lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. He's a tremendous story when he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish being a 2-time world champion. And I always told everybody, he fights all comers. When we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. But it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with.
The upcoming matchup between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios has drawn widespread attention in the boxing world, sparking a range of reactions from fans and experts. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman voiced strong support for the bout, emphasizing Pacquiao's legendary status and the history of successful comebacks by former champions. I do like the idea very much, he stated. I think Pacquiao can beat any fighter or be competitive with any fighter. The WBC's backing underscores Pacquiao's enduring appeal and fighting spirit.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Ben, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever, many years ago, was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great...
Floyd Mayweather believes Pacquiao's return may be financially motivated, a common reason many retired fighters stage comebacks. In boxing, aging legends often seek one last lucrative payday, especially if they haven't transitioned into a stable post-career life. Still, Mayweather acknowledged Pacquiao's skills, saying even a faded version of him could outperform many current fighters. Known for fiercely protecting his legacy as an undefeated champion, Mayweather has shown sensitivity when comparisons are made. YouTuber Showbiz, the adult, recalled an incident where Mayweather became defensive when someone suggested Pacquiao might be greater, even accusing him of using Pez, showing just how personal legacy is to Mayweather.
We go! Who's greater than me? I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson, how many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for a minute. He said, but who got more championship titles, me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you. Do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said, Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. He said, you said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes. I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you fake. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody.
Despite mixed results in exhibition bouts, Pacquiao's recent training footage released in early 2025 has reignited excitement. The videos show him with the same blistering hand speed, footwork, and punching power that defined his prime. Observers have praised his sharpness and conditioning, prompting renewed speculation about a legitimate return. While many admire his dedication, critics question whether returning at age 46 for a title shot, especially after a 4-year absence, makes sense. Some argue it's more nostalgia than necessity, and that granting Pacquiao a title fight bypasses younger contenders, risking his legacy rather than enhancing it.
WBC President Mauricio Sullivan has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list.
Several prominent voices in boxing, including promoter Frank Warren and broadcaster Simon Jordan, have criticized Pacquiao's comeback. Warren called the return unnecessary and disappointing, and questioned the WBC's decision to rank Pacquiao at number 5 after a 4-year break in a week. Exhibition showing in 2024, comparisons have been made between Pacquiao's comeback fight and spectacle bouts like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. However, Pacquiao's bout carries real championship stakes. Critics argue this undermines boxing's merit-based system, yet others argue that Pacquiao's remarkable conditioning and passion could inspire a new generation, making this return a celebration of resilience, not a stain on his legacy.
Barrios to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said hells yeah if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. a really bad idea. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going